Hi, I'm Richard,
I'm Lucretia.
and we're burning up the roads.
I see her. I see her. Last thing I want to do is mow down somebody. All right, so you want to tell them about what Green Hill is and how it helps people?
Green Hill in Eugene, it is a humane society. It does everything that a basic humane society does. Finds homes for animals. It euthanizes them if they can't find a home in so long of a period of time. Unfortunately, that may be the case for some. But people donate to them, and they supply free food for people who can't afford to feed their animals at certain times of the month. There's no time involved. It's just if people have the need, they try to supply.
Because it's like it's a food pantry. It's an animal food pantry. I know someone who just went there a few days ago and was also able to get 40 pounds of cat litter because they have a multitude of cats. So they get donations of all kinds of things and they give them out. And it is on the outskirts of West Eugene, of course, being that it's a large kennel.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, I gotta get over here so I can go get gas. Or we're gonna run out.
We have to get gas.
We have to go across the street and get gas. I see your finger pointing, Richard. I know when to cross, honey.
Okay, you made it.
I made it.
Better than I do.
Safe and sound.
Now, what do you want, 10?
Mm-hmm.
It is $2.89 a gallon. Is that right?
I think so.
Or close to that. Do you know what fell?
I don't know. Pen.
It's in your purse now.
Yeah. Hello.
Patty, get up.
He's gonna go in and pay for it. Okay. Thank you.
10 regular.
10 regular.
What number?
What number was that, hon? Number 1. Okay, so anyways, back to Green Hill. They do a lot of good work. I've donated to them. My little sister Priscilla worked for them for years, and that's where I got my first big dog, real big dog, Rottweiler. They got a litter of abandoned, neglected puppies, baby puppies, and Rottweiler puppies can't go out into general population until they have 3 sets of vaccinations, and so they needed foster care, and Priscilla fostered and talked me into doing the same thing. And I knew the dog that was going to be mine because it peed right down the front of me when I picked it up. It go by real fast. We got babysitting some dogs, and
Our pump's finished, but nobody's taking it out.
calm down, they'll take it out. One of my sisters pulled out a pump cord from here one time several years ago. She forgot and pulled it away. Now,
I worked at a gas station years ago, and that happened to me. Somebody drove off with it in, tore the pump clear off. No gas went anywhere, but they stopped as soon as they heard the commotion. And they had a bill to pay for then.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. It is a beautiful day here in the Willamette Valley, and we're headed out.
All right, all set. Thank you.
Thank you. With it off.
When they don't see it, you might run into it. But we're on our way.
So I'm just going to go straight out, Barger.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's about 4 miles from here out into the country, but it's well worth it. Feeding an extra few dogs, big dogs, and I made a really good meal for them last night, and they all gobbled their food this morning.
We're going 4 meals.
Only problem is we have to go slow because there is a junior high and a grade school up here. Up here on the left is the junior high I went to, Shasta Junior High.
I went there too.
Except we didn't know each other. Why is that, Richard?
Well, we're 2 years difference.
And you what?
I broke my neck and had to drop out of school. When it wasn't Shasta Junior High, it was when I went over to the high school. My first year at high school, spring break. Broke my neck.
And then several decades later, broke the same bone again.
Broke it again.
But one car accident the first time, falling from a roof the second time.
Yep. Too bad I landed on that concrete brick step.
Life happens when you're having just too damn much fun. I used to ditch school, this junior high school, and me and my friends come up here, hiding out, running through the fences so we could get to the store. Because you're closed campus. Our junior high was closed campus, and all we were trying to do is get to this store up here. We run like hell.
Or faster.
The store has changed. There's more things here, but that store is exactly as it was, the Dairy Mart.
No, they changed it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They remodeled it.
Oh, well, remodeled, but still exactly where it was.
Close enough. This one's exactly where it was.
Yep.
The other one, I think they might have moved back a little bit. Made a bigger parking lot. But it's pretty close to the same place.
I had got caught one time, and the option was to call my mother, the crazy lady who loved us so much she felt she could whack us around at will in order to try and control us. Only in my case, it made it worse. Anyways, so it was to take a SWAT by the vice principal, who, by the way, was a very handsome man, or to call my mother, and there was a no-brainer. I'll take the SWAT. So wham! Big giant board with holes in it. And it didn't matter, by the way, how handsome he was. It still hurt like a you-know-what. So right up here, about a quarter of a mile, the airport is right in the backyard here.
As we're going down this street, it's called Barger. I had a best friend who was drinking and driving. And he flew down this street, and at the end they have a roundabout right now. It used to just be a stop and across the street. He flew through this stop sign, headed for that field, no brakes, I don't believe. Hit another car and killed the girl.
Did he live?
Yes, he lived. My friend, I haven't seen him in years. It really made a difference in his life. He was so remorseful. He cleaned his life up. He had a kid. I don't know if he ever got married, but he's living, I think, in Portland, Oregon now. And he could be anywhere, actually. But it really made a difference in his life.
It's pretty sad.
He was never the same.
Pretty sad that sometimes it takes what it takes in order for people's lives to change sometimes when they're young. I have been in high school. A friend of mine had this muscle car. This muscle car. Oh, it looks like some boondockers.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's a muscle car station wagon. And we would fly down this road, and right up there is a stop sign. And it was a very risky, stupid thing to do. And we put a lot of people's lives at risk probably, but we weren't thinking about that at noon on a Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday. We just thought we were having great fun. Come flying over that hump, literally flying off of that hump. don't believe he ever missed the stop sign, but he always wanted to test and see how close he could get. It's weird, the things some of us thought was fun. My little sister would have never thought that was fun. She'd have hauled out of that car the first sign there was going to be speeding.
That hill straight ahead of us with the road going all the way up it, it's called Bailey Hill.
No, that's Green Hill.
Oh, excuse me, Green Hill.
And when I was going to go in the Navy, when I was in high school, I needed to lose 20 pounds to be a perfect weight. And so I would jog up and down Green Hill from the base to the top twice a day.
Right here. What's that Middle Lake Prairie across the street is?
I don't know.
Maybe a dog park. I don't know.
I never been there.
I never saw it before.
No, we don't really come out here much anymore. So yes, it did get those 20 pounds off me. And it did build muscle I needed. I did not go in the Navy. I got a boyfriend. Stupid as it was. I regret not going in the Navy. We do live in a beautiful area though. I feel very lucky and very blessed. Okay, I'm gonna back in right up here, honey. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm back in right here. It's hard to tell. I don't see like any big signs. So off we go. It's a beautiful setting out here. They have expanded. There's usually a little thing on the side, honey. Oh, there you go.
They're already open. Oh, look at these. Like that.
Pretty
Come on, Daddy,
flowers.
eat it.
Does she like it?
No, apparently not. Here, Patty. Patty.
Patty's
Here.
peeky.
No, she ain't gonna eat it.
Oh boy.
You don't want this? Gosh darn her. Go this way.
I think it's just a park. Might be a dog park.
It is a dog park, look.
Uh-huh.
Oh, maybe that's a bicycle path. Maybe a dog park too, who knows?
I like these solar lights.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You don't have to pay for it. It's free with the sun.
Yep. So I'm just going to take Green Hill over to, I'm going to just follow this road about 3 or 4 miles to almost the straightest shot home. Just to drive in the country a little bit. Bypass some of the traffic.
A lot of birds up there. All over the sky, birds everywhere.
Yep. Ooh. Built a housing community over in here several years ago. When I was doing real estate, I sold a couple of properties over in that community to the right. I don't know if you can see it or not. One of the plans that I have that I've talked to Richard about doing is going to some of the places, looking on one of the maps and looking at what are boondocking areas within, say, 20 miles of where we live. And seeing what's there. Because when we first start out, we're of course going to be close to home for a while. And
That's you're going straight.
that's...
Go this way.
Damn it. I didn't want to go this way.
Well, you turn this way, so we're going this way now.
Shoot.
Well, look at the boat they're working on. It's in terrible shape.
Darn it. I really wanted to go straight. Why did I do that? I hate roundabouts. So, checking out local boondocking and then spending a little time driving around town and looking at some potential stealth spots near where my dad's nursing home is, especially, so I could be there early in the morning and hang out with him a little bit and then go start my day. Someplace where there's a dog park where Miss Patty Lake gets a nice little stretch. See, I'm thinking ahead. Thinking ahead. That way, when we go out into the bigger world to do this, things feel a little more normal and we've got some ideas about how to do it. What do you think, Richard?
I agree. You're doing very good with what you're saying. I hope everything goes the way you're saying it.
Is there anything you think we should do different?
Right at this point, no. I think we're doing everything we can
Yes.
to get out there on the road and get this city life behind us.
Yep.
God knows it's been in the city too long.
Yep. That's all I can say is yep.
I was raised on a farm as a young child, and then I lived out of town my teen years until I broke my neck the first time. And then I went to college for summer school to catch up what I'd missed during the year. And then I wanted to continue to get my diploma at the college I was going to the adult classes at. GED wasn't GED, it was adult basic education, I believe. And I did finish high school there, and I got a diploma with a scholarship to go to college for 100 credit hours. And I believe I used all of that. And I continued school.
He's a Mr. Smarty Pants. Brainiac.
And I took electronics.
Yep.
Well, I took a lot of basic courses. First, I wanted to be a mechanic. Then all my tools got stolen out of a locker at school. So then I wanted to be an attorney. I changed my mind about that because of some information somebody gave me that was wrong and about being an attorney. So I went into electronics. I'm an artist, so I took art also. I switched to art last I went to college, and I went to become a graphic artist. And I just decided what you get in the end was nothing near what you were paying for. And so I'm deeply in debt for school finances and bills. And I don't feel like I got anything out of it. I knew as much as the teachers did about art. So that's where I'm at. No doubt it'll come in handy on the road. My forte is pencil portrait work.
And we're gonna show everybody, do a video of his artwork because he's got some superb artwork. His very first watercolor, people couldn't believe it was his first watercolor. It just is a natural instinct for color, for shading, for content. He could absolutely do some things and sell them or put them in galleries eventually. That's one of the things I see him doing. Making sure that in our rig we have a place for Richard to work on his artwork.
I had a backpack full of my treasures. Pictures of a cabin in the snow was just beautiful. And I did it in pencil. You ever tried to draw snow with a pencil? Well, I did, and it was a log cabin with the lights on inside and stars in the sky, smoke coming up through the chimney. That was just one piece.
So what happened to all that?
Somebody stole the backpack that I had all my treasures in. And lucky I didn't have all of them in the backpack. I had some at home. But I carried them around to show people my work and to push my wares, so to speak. But someone stole that backpack and I just was crushed.
Yep.
I couldn't draw for 2 years.
We also
We're going to
the store.
Oh yeah.
We also have made, there's another artistic thing we do. We make earrings. We haven't done it in a long time, but we use natural stone, obsidian,
Agates.
and agates.
Different kinds of agates.
And we paid off an 87 Toyota Corolla FX by doing that, traveling around the state. That was before we had Brent, so we had a lot more freedom.
I still probably got earrings in the shops along the coast.
They're probably sold, but
There may be a pair here or there.
yeah, they've gotten very stringent about they don't want you to have a bunch in all of the shops. They're very, I understand, they're very picky about that. What time is it?
It's 11:24.
Okay.
Oh, it's 12:24.
Okay. So that's another thing is showing that and letting people know that that is something that we do as well. We have never had an Etsy account before. We just went and we put them in stores and sold them directly, but you know, eventually, tell me which way to turn. This way?
You're gonna turn that way.
Well, no, I didn't know if I needed to go up to the next one.
You do. You can go this way.
Well, I know I can go this way. Just less of a straight shot.
Turn right up here.
So anyways, we've got some options. There's no question about it. We have options of things we can do and plan on pulling all of those things in to live with. In this video and ask you to please like and subscribe and leave comments because that's how we grow and how we get better. And Richard?
Subscribing doesn't cost anything. There's no reason you shouldn't. Well, you might not want to. I don't know. We were just hoping to catch your attention to the last segment that we have of our little series, A Day in Our Life.
It's coming up soon.
And we're hoping you will watch.
Absolutely. In the meantime,